Welcome back to Intricacies of Michelle. Hey guys, we're having a follow-up show with my bestie Joy. Welcome to the show again, Joy.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're
I'm
here
honored.
to connect. Just so y'all know, Joy is like an incredibly busy woman. And so you got to book her like you would a pop star, like years in advance. We need to meet at this
Okay.
time and this day because she's a busy girl, y'all.
Never too busy for you though.
Oh, wait. What's the new thing? This is the new thing that people are doing.
What?
The little heart. It's supposed to be a little heart. So, Joy, this podcast has been quite an experience for me. It's very different from my Rebel Sage Perspectives podcast.
Mhm.
It's mostly me doing my thing, talking about what I want to talk about with no input from anybody else, which I think has its positives and its negatives. I think I do better when I have somebody to kind of rein it in and bounce ideas off of. And I don't have anybody to do that now. So I just get to do what I want to do, which could end in burning flames, but whatever. I think I've learned a lot about myself, though, in the few weeks since I've been doing this. I came across something recently. This thing said when you go into a relationship, the other person has to have the superpower that you need. That just spoke to me in language that I understood, you know. I think I've decided, like the first thing when I read that, I was like, safety is my superpower. When I find the person who is going to be an important part of my life in my future, safety has to be his superpower. Because while I am extremely capable and extremely resilient, I want to know that the person I'm with is safe, like and protective. And for me, those two go hand in hand. That's what I've been looking for. That is what my relationships since my divorce have been lacking.
Mm.
I found guys who can have intelligent conversations. They're fun to be around and they serve one purpose or another, you know, companionship,
Just a
whatever.
good time. Just fun times. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not my in it to win it forever person.
Hmm. Right.
Like, and people talk about green flags and red flags and all that. And I think at this point, I don't even want to talk about red flags. Like, I know what the red flags are for me, and I don't think they need to be discussed. Like, that's not where I'm at. I don't want to pick apart somebody's negatives.
Hmm.
That's their thing. If they don't see them as negatives, then they're not probably gonna change and they're not gonna be self-aware enough to gel with me.
Right. Especially once you get to our phase in life, like, the older you are, the more that your personality is. So sometimes just it's harder to change. Yeah, I think that having that safety and like a regulated nervous system with when you're with someone, like that's ultimately where we all want to be, right? Like everyone just wants to feel safe.
Yeah. Joy, you've received so much of my just everything. I mean, everything about me. You listen to all the ups and downs and the middles and the yelling and the screaming and the crying and the laughing and the whole thing. You know, I've been in this like man desert recently, and it's so weird. But at this point, I'm like, it isn't me. Like, I just, I look at it and I'm like, okay, I don't feel like it's me. I'm living my life and I'm doing my thing, and no one has stuck around, which is
Right.
fine. And that's
Uh-huh.
cool because I don't need them to do that if they're not the right person
Right.
to be
No
part of
sense
my
in
life.
wasting time. Yeah.
Right.
And it's
And
good practice learning to meet and talk and communicate with all different types of people.
yes, and that is a struggle for me. So, guys, I was telling Joy a story before we started recording, and I'll tell it briefly. But I'm consistently early for things, like earlier than is socially acceptable, like every time. If you say let's meet at 9:30, I'm going to be ready at 8:30.
What do you mean? Like
Right. As a side note, Joy got a text at 8:15 that said, "I'll be ready at 8:30 if you are." And she's like, "What? No."
no, I've lined everything out minute to minute. No, I can't do it.
Right. And I also do that minute to minute planning thing. I came across this comedian within the last couple of weeks, and the stuff I saw on his Facebook page was pretty darn funny. He was going to be in a town near me, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And I found out it was a fundraising event, so he was going to do that. But me being me, I got there way early, and I sat in my car. And as I've talked about before, I'm kind of socially awkward, so I sit in the car, and I'm like, "I'm not going to go in. I don't care if I paid for tickets. I'm not going in." And then I sat there, and I was like, "Girl, come on, suck it up. Let's go." And I'm at the check-in table, and I notice a guy sitting on the bench. He's got a really cool shirt on. It's like a pastel plaid Ralph Lauren like button-up shirt, and he's got jeans on, rocking the whole dressy casual guy look, right? I'm trying to check in, but I'm distracted because I've seen the shirt and I like the shirt. And he's just looking kind of pensive over on the bench. So I think he's waiting on someone, but he resembles Keanu Reeves. And so I did a double take and I was like, oh, that's so weird. But I mean, whatever. So I go in, I get seated, the night wears on. So I talked to one of the owners throughout the night, and he complimented the dress that I was wearing. I noticed this plaid shirt guy all over the place the whole night. Like I keep seeing him, and I don't know. I just zoned in, I guess. I don't know. I like the shirt. I get up and I'm like, okay, I have a long drive. I'm going to go down the hall and go to the restroom, whatever. The owner guy that I talked to earlier in the night is standing there and stops me and has a conversation. And we talk about my dress again. And he asked the guy standing across from us over by the bar about my dress. Like, he's like, don't you think her dress is nice? And I look up and it's pastel plaid shirt guy. And I'm like, oh my gosh. He was like, yeah, the dress is nice. And then we kept talking, and I asked, how did you get Keanu Reeves to come work for you? And everybody was just like, he and the plaid shirt guy were like, what? I was like, you resemble Keanu Reeves. And he was like, thank you.
I'll
So
take it.
yeah. And then it was just a fun experience. And I found out his name, and I've been really good about not naming names on the show, but I found out his name and he asked me my name, and now we know each other's names. So
Yeah.
talking about names, does anybody remember me talking about the barbecue baddie a few weeks ago on one of my shows? Joy, do you remember that?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. I went back in there and I found out his name. And we had a conversation, and I told him I mentioned him in one of my podcasts. And I don't know if he'd listened. I think he might have, but he was like, "Oh, it's me? You put me in your podcast?" And I was like, "Yes." It's just been interesting. It's like I feel like I've had a glow up since I started this in early February, and I feel like I'm in a really good place and I'm feeling positive and I
That's
feel like I
awesome.
look cute and like we've just done this full circle thing. So I
Yay.
don't know. I feel good. So yeah, Joy, I think we needed to plan some travel in the near future.
I would love to go. I would love to go. Anytime we can go soak and just laugh and sleep and um such
Yeah,
a
and
crazy good
just
time.
and I think I've improved like on the scheduling thing. I'm like, okay, we're just gonna try to accomplish this today
Yeah. I mean,
instead.
I think if it wasn't for you, nothing would be planned for a trip. So
Yeah,
I'm always thankful because what feels like a vacation to me is when I don't have to make a decision. Like, I don't care what we do, I don't care where we go. I just don't want to be in charge and I don't want to have to make the plan. That's it. Just tell me where we're going so I dress appropriately and I have everything that I need. So I'm thankful for your planning.
well, I definitely have the planning, so some people appreciate that about me, and other
I
people
do.
do not appreciate that about me at all.
Well, that's how you figure out who you can travel well with, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just need to learn not to mess with the plan.
you would never.
Sometimes I'm a little too go with the flow. And I don't have the more the merrier outlook most of the time, but sometimes I'm like, "Oh, could we enlarge the group or whatever?" And I'm not really thinking about all the dynamics. So I just need to stay in my lane, and that's not the planning lane. That's just the go and have fun lane. That's my
No, no,
lane.
no. When I travel, it's not the more the merrier. That's not good. That's not good for me. I'm like,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Nope.
I'd like to have a plan and I don't,
We have a carefully curated group of two. Thank you.
yes, right, exactly. And if you don't appreciate a good plan, it's probably not going to be a fun trip for you.
That's
So,
right.
because when I say the card leaves, that's when the card leaves.
That's right. Just not
So,
playing around.
I don't know. I think that might be partially because I'm a really super old soul and I just feel like it's more foundationally stable if I have a
Yeah.
plan.
Well, I think
Yeah.
a lot of people find comfort in a plan, like knowing what's expected and what they can expect. But there are a handful of people that a plan feels like noose around their neck. So, it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. There are a lot of
Yeah.
people that don't like a
Yeah.
plan,
And
and
that's
I'm like,
okay.
yeah, and that's
There
cool.
are other trips for them.
For
This
real.
is not the one.
If that's what works for you, then I am all for you having a wonderful experience.
Yes.
But for
Yes.
me to have a wonderful experience, I need to have a plan.
Yes.
So I really do believe that I am an old soul, which I mentioned a few minutes ago, not just because
Mhm.
of my planning, but like I try to look at the big picture. And if we do this, what's going to happen down the road? And
Mhm.
that's what I'm thinking. It's like always in my head. It's not that I'm like, I'm an old soul and I know everything and I'm better than everybody else. That's not what I'm about because I really don't feel like I'm judgmental. And I might be like sometimes a little petty, but like I don't really consider myself judgmental. I try to give people a lot of space. you
I
know?
think you're very good at being open to new ideas and that sort of thing, but you know what works for you. You already know what you want and what you don't want. So I think saying no to a certain thing is not actually a rejection. It's a, that's cool for you. It just doesn't work for me. And I think that's great that you know that. And
Yeah,
that you don't do things out of obligation. That, you know, like, no, that's not someone or a place that, you know, I want to go or hang out with. Like just knowing that boundary. Is that making sense? Sorry, I'm
yeah,
rambling.
yeah, it
Okay.
does. I think a lot of people ignore that. I think there are a lot more people on the planet who will choose placating for peace, if that
Yeah,
makes sense.
it's
But
one of the qualities that I really admire about you because being in the Midwest, you know, that's sort of ingrained in you. I would say 40 and over in, you know, Kansas or other Midwestern places, like that's what you're groomed to do. Don't make waves, go along. So
yeah,
then you get run into that making decisions out of obligation versus what you actually want to do. So that's one of the things that I really admire and respect and and strive to be more like is that you're never going to just do something out of obligation and then just be thinking all these horrible negative thoughts the same at the whole time because that just ruins everybody's trip anyway too. Like you're very conscious of what you are willing to do and what you won't. And if somebody else wants to do something else, cool, go do it without judgment. I just don't want to. I love that.
yeah. No is a complete sentence.
Mm-hmm.
No, no means no in every situation. If you ask a question and the person says no, no means no, so move along. Even 5 minutes later, even after a negotiation, no
Mm-hmm.
means no.
Right.
Period. The end. I think I'm in a place where I don't feel like I need to offer an explanation. The same with
Love.
when you receive a compliment, and you know, this is how I think, very
Mm-hmm.
dichotomous in my thinking. Someone gives you a compliment, the only correct response is thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't require any explanation. It does not
Mm-hmm.
require comment.
Well, you
Like,
don't have to minimize the accomplishment. Like,
right.
yeah, just thank
Just
you.
say thank you.
Yeah.
And honestly, I complimented him, by bringing up the Keanu Reeves thing, and
Uh-huh.
he just said thank you, and it seemed like it came from a little bit of a like shy, like, oh gosh, thank you. But he didn't say that. He just said thank
Mm-hmm.
you, and I was like, wow, that's he can take a compliment, and I thought that was really cool. I really,
It is.
really appreciated that. Back to what I was saying about being an old soul, I think sometimes I feel like I don't fit in because, well, a lot of times, honestly, because I think differently. I
Mm-hmm.
process differently. Sometimes I just don't feel like I fully fit in. And it's been that way since I was little. Like I just never really felt like I had a place. Like I didn't fit in with the jocks because I didn't do any sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't fit in with the cheerleaders because I didn't really like any of the sports. It wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't really fit in with the artists who were the people I really liked and the actors and the theater people because I wasn't fully those things. I'm
Mm-hmm.
a mixture of everything. I'm the melting pot. Like I appreciate people in each of those different cliques, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Even now, I love having a variety of friends. So I reconnected with this author and he told me he had a new book and I really like it. It's funny. He's got a lot of pop culture references in it. I'm an undercover Star Wars nerd. That is
I
not,
did not know that about you.
yeah, yeah. But I'm not weird about it. I don't have like 1,000 figurines
You
and
don't
I
have a
have
starship like in your house or
no
anything like that.
Starship Lego bullshit.
Yeah.
That's
I
not my,
I did not know this about you. What?
it's really super undercover until now.
Okay, but not Star Trek, Star
Not
Wars.
Star Trek.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
can't do
Okay.
Star Trek. That's,
Okay.
yeah.
That's too far out there. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's just no, I don't know. No. But anyway, so the book is called Estranged and it's by Nishad Mukherjee. And I'm really sorry if I mispronounced the name, but you can find it. It's on Amazon and I bought it recently and it's a good book. I'm reading it for the second time because I read the manuscript on this one. I love this book so much. In the very beginning, he makes a reference to Emperor Palpatine, and that's from Star Wars. And so that caught my
Ah,
attention, and I was like, I laughed because I was like, yes, that's funny.
uh-huh.
But yeah, so I've reconnected with that friend, and that's cool. I he seems like a pretty cool person. I think y'all should go check out buy his book, and leave
Yes,
reviews because that helps
for sure.
tremendously. Yeah, I'm just an old soul, and it makes me feel like a weirdo sometimes. Like I'm just sitting here and paying attention to everything that's going on and the conversations. And I know a lot about a lot of people because I am quiet in groups
Just
often.
take it all in.
Yeah.
I've wondered if we all feel that way. I mean, I definitely feel like is it that every person feels like they don't truly fit in, or are we two people that feel like we don't fit in that found each other? You know?
I think it's the latter.
Yeah.
I think
Fellow misfit, you know?
yeah. And I tend to befriend misfits.
Mm,
Not intentionally, just
we smell each other.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I get bored really easily
Hmm.
and if I feel like conversations are forced and
Yeah.
that's how I feel a lot of times with people who are neurotypical. And I'm not saying all my friends are neurodivergent. I'm just saying,
The really good ones are, though. You're right.
right, exactly. They're the people I gravitate
Mhm.
toward.
Maybe that's what it is. Like,
Yes,
because our brains are similar,
wired. Yeah,
wired, we're like, oh,
yeah,
somebody gets it. Because I will tell you that some of our first conversations, not as part of the larger group, but just when we started to form our personal friendship,
yep,
I can tell you that I felt seen in ways that I hadn't felt by anybody else because people get distracted by the image that you portray or whatever, but you actually saw
yeah,
me, like
yeah,
me. And that's another quality that I really truly appreciate about you is that you're able to see beneath the surface and what makes someone tick and why something might be triggering for them. And like you're able to step back and see all that. And that's not a quality that a lot of people have. You and I both do share that quality. I tend to be clouded by a little bit too much optimism, whereas you're a little bit more rooted in reality. So there's that.
well, I think regarding that, I'm extremely cognizant of the other layers that people have to put it in layperson's terms, I pick up on people's vibes, and I can tell, like, if somebody's off, I can tell when people are fake facing.
Mm-hmm.
And not just you, Joy, but like when you're in a crowd and you're in your case putting on the real estate face.
Yeah, when I'm on and when I'm just relaxed and
Yeah,
being,
and
yeah.
I'm like that with my inner circle.
Mm-hmm.
And I have another friend who I can pick up on it, and I reach out. I don't even always mean to.
Mm.
Sometimes stuff just pops into my head, and I'm like, "Hey, Joy, have you eaten?"
Yeah, as my stomach is growling so badly and I'm about to tear off my arm and eat it. So
Right. Or with my other friend, I'll reach out and just be like, "Hey, how's everything going? You've been on my mind." And
Mhm.
that's often what I do. And usually people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe you messaged me. This is happening, that's happening." And I just pick up on it. And
Mhm.
I'm a reader of people, and I don't do it for sport. I do it because it's built into my personality.
Mhm.
I don't placate people, but I do other things that, not to an extreme, but like to help people be okay.
Mhm.
Barbecue Batty, when we were in the restaurant yesterday, I was paying attention because he was doing some work that was directly in front of where I was sitting. When I met him before, he was really just happy and like, "Hey, how you doing?" Super chatty. Yesterday, he was pensive, and his it was just like he was
Different.
not having a good day. It isn't that I expect toxic positivity from everyone, as you said that word earlier, but
No, you
you,
can only handle that from one person.
right, exactly. I'm always paying attention to people's, for lack of a better word, their vibe.
Mhm.
And I was like, well, I needed to talk to him anyway, because I got a business card out and it has a QR code for the podcast on it. This is pertinent. And then I said, by the way, I'm a podcast producer and I mentioned you in one of my podcasts. He said, "Me?" And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't know your name, so I gave you a nickname." And he was like, "What?" And I handed him the business card. He introduced himself. So now I know his name. He said, "Can I find the podcast here on this QR code?" I said, "Yes, but it won't be that episode." And so I'm assuming he checked it out, but I just, and so a side note is my mom had to come back in because she had left something at the seat. So she went out separately, and I walked off from talking to him. And later, my mom said, I looked over and he was just grinning ear to ear, like you made his day. And
Aw.
that's the thing that brings me joy.
Uh-huh.
Brings me joy. It, I like knowing that I had a positive effect on
Yeah.
people. That's what it is. It's not about toxic positivity. It's not about not owning your current mood and your current feelings and your current goings on. It's that I want to improve by conversation, by interaction, another person's day. That's my purpose in life as I sink down in my chair here. But yeah, I
Mm.
don't know. It's just is. And
Yeah.
it's funny. It's like I feel like it's good to be me at this point. And
Yeah.
every day isn't perfect. And I do
They
still
never are.
struggle some days with, the old mindset pops up occasionally. And I think that's normal.
Yeah.
but I'll have days where I'm like, I'm not enough. Nobody wants to be friends with me. I can't believe I talked to that guy. I don't know what I was thinking. And then I let myself have those moments. And then when I get past that moment, I'm like, no, stop that. That's enough.
Hmm.
And then I'm resilient. So I go back to this version of me who, you know, is bright and in a good mood. And, you know, I don't know,
Yeah.
my family might say differently. Those who live in the house with me, they might be like, she's a grumpy bear all the time. But
They would not say that, but they see you at your best, they see you at your worst, they see you when you're stressed, they see you when you're running behind. So
yeah,
it's different.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. The people who watch this on YouTube will be able to see the background that I created for myself this time. And I want y'all to notice that on one side of the screen, it is black and it's gradient over to white on the other side with a big pink loopy design thing. And I did that on purpose because I feel like that's been my transition. You know, I had a lot of years where I was just unconsciously living my life and
Hmm.
going through the motions. And now, with a lot of work and a lot of growth and a lot of positive self talk, and like I said, it's not always perfect and it's not always positive, but I berate myself in my head for being negative about myself.
Hmm.
So, and then we move forward and we walk, or not we, but like I've walked through the darkness into the light. And here in this incarnation of my story, it's light and bright and it's got a big bunch of color and pink and positive. And that reminds me, I was on one of the calls, like the videos for the singles group that I'm in
Hmm.
last night, and they ask all these like speed mingle questions, and some of them I'm just like, oh my gosh. They said, what would your bestie say about you? So, Joy, give me three things or two things that you would say about me and let me see if I was right.
About
Yeah,
anything.
what two words or two phrases would you use to describe me?
Loyal and two words.
Or, just
Okay.
another thought.
Like, okay. Loyal, creative, perceptive, uh, yeah, like where do I go?
So I said unfailingly loyal and protective
Yes.
because
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm also creative. That's
Yeah.
that's true, but I don't
I
know.
put the protective part in with in with the loyal category because like you can handle a lot, but mess with your family or somebody that you care about and watch out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say ride or die, but then I
Yeah.
was like, I don't
People say
know.
that all the time without understanding. No, you really are. Like whatever it is. Like I was just talking about this with my mom yesterday. Like I've been really open that 2025 was a really hard year for me. And I said the gift in all of that is that I now know who my actual friends are and who was just riding my coattails or who was, just wanting to hang out with me because of opportunity or whatever. When you're at your lowest and your friend is still there lifting you up, there to cry with you, there to support you when truly life is not good,
Yeah.
Keep them. Like, keep them. Like, I know that you'll be in my life forever because of everything that we've been through together. Like, I know that. And
Yeah.
that is an amazing feeling. Like, if you're our age and you can say, when my back's against the wall, I've got one person that I know has my back, like, that's the biggest gift you can have, in my opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like I could go on and on about the different qualities, but yeah, I mean, like that's that's what a true friend is. Somebody who's there when you're struggling and you know you've gone overboard and you're just too tired to be like the BTS song and swim.
Right.
Like yeah, it just I don't know. It just is. And, you know,
There's a
I think it's
song, and
good.
I haven't even told you this, but there's a song by Abel Hart, and
Okay.
it's called If You Need Hope. And, or yeah, I think that's what it's called. But every time I hear it, I think of you because um, the lyrics that always stand out are, if you need hope, borrow mine tonight, because the times when I had lost faith in myself, you were there to remind me who I am, what I'm capable of. And so a lot of times, whether you know it or not, that's what carried me through, was borrowing your hope and your confidence about me. So,
Well,
yeah.
I've got it in spades. And I'm happy to keep reminding you. I'm just like, I don't want to see you fail. I don't. And I don't think failure is in your DNA.
You
And
only fail when you quit, and I don't quit. So,
yeah, and that is something I love about you because I think sometimes I just, and maybe it's part of little neurodivergent brain matter makeup, but like for me, I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do this. I can't do that. And I just would rather stop or put it as, but yeah, I appreciate that about you. You don't quit. And you may have insurmountable challenges in front of you, but you're like, you know what? I'm going to kick this bottom block out and then the rest of the pyramid's going to fall. So forget that. And you just do it. You're like, how can I make a plan? How can I regroup? And I need more of that in my life. I need somebody to say, what kind of plan can we make and how can we move forward and work to make it what it needs to be. And you do that. You do that for yourself. You do that in life. You're just this amazing person. And, you know, I'm so lucky. Like, I feel so lucky to have met you in 2020. So,
yes, in 2020.
the jury seems to be out on that, but I trust you, Joy. If you said we met in 2020, we did. I'm good.
Wasn't really official. We don't have to count it. It's just when I noticed you.
Yeah, that's okay though. I'm feeling so good right now. I'm feeling like things are moving forward and everything's gonna just fall into place. And that's my thing. I don't let the landslides get me down too bad. Sometimes they do, and I get stuck there under the rubble, but for the most part, I'm like, we'll just keep moving forward, and I'm open to all the good things, and yeah, trying to get out of my shell a little bit. I'm actually very proud of myself for going to the comedy show in a town and at a place that I am unfamiliar with. I don't always like to go by myself and go in, and because I'm like, am I overdressed? And by the way, I was kind of overdressed, but it was a cute dress, so it was forgivable, I think.
Well, you stood out because people kept complimenting your dress. But I did want to say that I'm really, really, really proud of you for you had this idea to do a limited series and put yourself out there. And what you got along the way was just this amazing path of self-discovery. And I think maybe more love yourself, which is fantastic. And so I'm just really, really proud of you and excited to see you where you are. I love it.
Aw, thank you. As usual, I would like to direct people to the YouTube version of the podcast because that's where you can scan the boyfriend application. And just for the record, I think you guys are such scaredy cats for not filling that out. I mean, my gosh, you could totally just make up a name, you know? I mean, it's just for fun. I keep saying this. It's humorous. It's just for fun. You should fill it out. I don't know who you are unless you tell me on the application who you are. It does not track you, so go fill it out. Amuse me, for the love of God, amuse me. So, okay, that's all. Enough lecture. Love y'all later. Oh, by the way, this may be the last podcast. I haven't quite decided yet. So, all right, peace. Love you. Bye.
My father told me this world was only a preparation for the next. That all we can ask is that we leave it having loved and being loved.
I will search for you through 1,000 worlds and 10,000 lifetimes until I find you.
I will wait for you and all of them.